Very nice. Well, I'm thrilled to be here tonight. This is always a fun thing, and knowing how many people, went through Dave's comedy workshop and are now huge stars. Louis C.K. did this, and Ellen DeGeneres, and I mean, it just go. Bill Cosby, he was. I think all four Marx Brothers were went through this workshop. I'm excited to be here tonight. I'm excited in general, feeling great, especially because next week my wife and I are expecting our first child to come visit us. You didn't think we were having another one. No, we have three, and we are not. For us to have another child now, my wife and I would have to get really drunk one night, ignore all precautions, and adopt a kid. That's really the only way that's going to happen, because she's past the age. My wife is past it. My guys are still good. I'm 55. I found out actually though, I am too old to donate sperm. Well, I can donate all I want. Nobody's paying me for it. They give you $100. 35 is the cutoff age now for donating. 35, which I think makes sense, because if you need sperm, you're gonna go for the younger, vigorous college student with a full head of hair, ambition. You're not gonna go for the 55-year-old sperm. You know what happens to that sperm. That sperm ends up bald and walking the mall in a tracksuit. That sperm's going to stay in the freezer for a while. Then sperm's going to be in there till it gets freezer burn. It's amazing that you can get $100 for donating sperm, though. That's still. I think if the founding fathers came back and found that out, they would be like, Jefferson and John Adams would be high-fiving each other. $100, yeah! What a country we created. Be very happy. But my kids are. I have three girls, and they're. Actually all out of the house now. My youngest just started college, so my wife and I are empty nesters, which is, we're a little bit ambivalent about it, because, we've lost our IT person. And I have no idea what's going on with my phone. I used to just ask Sarah, and she'd be like, "Oh, Dad," and roll her eyes, and there, I fixed it, and I did your taxes. Thank you, Sarah, that's great. She understands the phone completely, because she is on it constantly. I mean, she does not get out. We have the unlimited data and text plan. Last month, she exceeded it. I have no idea. We just got a letter from Verizon. All it said was, "Uncle." No, I don't understand technology. I'm not. The bad thing is I'm not good with my own technology, like my age technology. Here in the men's room, in public men's rooms, I have trouble with the electric eye, the motion detector for paper towels. I feel like a bad mime every time I try to get a paper towel. Don't understand technology. Every generation, I think, doesn't understand the next generation's technology. Technology or music. You don't appreciate the next generation's music. That goes way back, like even Beethoven. Beethoven's dad probably would come into Beethoven's room going, "Come on, dun 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 dun, what is this crap you're playing? Play a nice Gregorian chant or something. And so loud, what are you, deaf?" I don't know. My brain is going. These things. I'm getting older. I realized I was getting older a couple weeks ago. I was in New York, and I was on the subway, and I got up to give my seat to an older woman, and people looked at me like, "No, sit down. You need to sit." And then this past weekend, I go to the movies, and right when I'm buying my ticket, and I go too, and the guy goes, "Senior citizen?" I'm like, "What? How old is senior citizen?" 60. Oh, come on, no. I think if they just ask you, they should automatically have to give it to you. Because, I guess I could have just said yes. It's not like he was going to card me at that point, And then I'd have to, fake it. And, "Oh, I forgot my ID. You carded my friends. They're all 60. They wouldn't hang with me if I wasn't 60. I try to stay awake in the movie. That's the hard thing now. I'm constantly needing more sleep, I find. when I was younger, I used to want money and power and sex. Now I just want a nap. A nap and an ice cream sandwich. That's really all. Got to stay awake. I sometimes get drowsy while driving. That scares me a little bit, but I've never fallen asleep. Thank God. I zone out sometimes while driving. You ever do that? You're like just driving, and then like 10 minutes later, you realize, oh my God, have I been paying attention at all? Like, so I zoned out this past weekend in nice weather. I was driving my riding mower, and well, this is not my lawn. I'm on the golf course here. What is going on? So I was driving. Actually, I saw an interesting sign driving earlier in the week. I was down the street, and some places they have residential neighborhoods. They'll have like a blind child or deaf child, so you drive more carefully. I saw a sign that said mentally challenged child, and I've never seen that before, and I felt kind of bad for the kids in the neighborhood because they probably see that sign and they go, is that for me? And really all they had to do was put out a blind child sign, because the kids would read that and go, oh, that's not for me, except for one kid who would go, is that for me? And you know that was the mentally challenged child. I'm having mentally challenged myself. I am starting to. I get so absent-minded now. You ever walk into another room and forget what you went in there for? Yeah. God, happened to me a little while back. I remember I walked into the shower. I'm naked. Let me go back into the bedroom and maybe I'll remember that. And then I was in the shower, and my wife has gotten some new. She just buys it. I don't need to buy shampoo. I guess I just use whatever's in there. She got volumizing shampoo. I guess she feels our hair isn't loud enough. Losing the hair here, and my hair. All of a sudden, I'm like getting hair. I got an ingrown hair the other day. We got one of those. The hair on your face goes out and then does a U-turn and heads back in, and then it gets infected, which it's a good thing it gets infected, because otherwise you wouldn't know it, and then it would just keep going into your mouth. And you'd be like, oh, I've got a hair in my mouth. Oh, it's coming from out here. So, yeah, I'm getting older, and I don't know how much longer I got. Right now, I'm just hoping I outlive my light bulbs. That's really my goal at this point. Our light bulbs they're lasting way too long now. It's kind of ridiculous. They used to be 2 years, and they burned it. Then 13 years with compact fluorescent. Now they got these LEDs that last 25 years. I change a light bulb now. I think this is for the next generation. I don't know what's going to get me. As being Jewish, I have certain genetic problems. If I die from what got my grandparents, I'm most likely to die from Nazis. So I'm trying to stay in shape so I can outrun them in case they come after me. And I hope I get into heaven. That's the main thing. When I go, I hope I get. I'm trying to be a good person. Follow the 10 Commandments. Well, not quite all of them. I got eight. I don't keep the Sabbath, and I covet. So that's 8 out of 10. That's a B. No, that may not get me into the top heaven, but I should be able to get into an in-state heaven. I know. Well, you guys are a nice group. This is going to be a fun evening, and glad you came out to support everybody. That's my time up here. So I appreciate it. Before we get going, I just want to tell you about one thing. That they've got this. Let's see if I can find one. They have. This. They've got these prize drawings on your table. It's to win an appetizer and show package. So we're going to be picking the winner at the end of the show tonight. So fill this out completely as best you can and give it to your server. They'll come pick it up, and by the end of the evening, we'll have a drawing, and you could win a fun evening with possibly Tom Seguro, who's going to be here next week, who's a very funny guy.